Hi there. I have got Cloth and Paper's November intention box. Also, I've got some extra goodies in here, so let's get into it because it is heavy. Oh, this is full to the brim. Let's pop that to the side and then I can pull bits out. So, I think, yeah, that's the monthly box. Okay. So yeah, this is what you get in the November monthly box, and then they're extras that I've purchased. So let's get into this, because this month we get an entire planner for the entire year of 2026. It is an A5, well, yeah, A5, because I know the States call it half letter, I think, sometimes. Or is half letter a little bit bigger? I don't know. But anyway, it's A5 spiral bound. Ooh, when I can get it out of this. I know it's only packaging, but I do try and actually reuse these. But I like this sort of like frosted matte sort of just niceness rather than super glossy like that, you know. I know I've probably said it on practically every video I make, but yeah, very much a matte girly. So yeah, I can use it. I will reuse that for something, I know I will. But let's get into this planner. So we've got frosted front and back plastic thing with the 2026 engraved on there. And then this sort of like, it's a grey, but it's like a blue grey. So a very cool toned grey. And then we've got yearly planner. Each month shifts its weight differently, bringing its own rhythm and lessons. Some require discipline, others demand grace. And then weekly horizontal. And then just some other little mantras there. But this is like a cardstock. That's quite nice. See, I instinctively, with spirals, I just instinctively turn everything on its backside. So then we've got, oh, hang on. This, I'm distracted by the colour of the paper. Because the one thing that's always annoyed me about cloth and paper is that it's super bright white paper. And this isn't. I'm like looking around frantically for a piece of white paper. Okay, so this is one of Cloth and Paper's notepads. But can you see how white it is compared to that? So this is a lovely change. But is it the same colour as the Hobonichi paper? I don't think it is. I think it's a little bit... Let me try and get to like a one without any colour on. Spoiler alert, by the way, some stuff that I'm working on for the next video. So it is almost... I think the camera's just showing you what I'm seeing, which is basically, it's just a little tiny bit more yellow than the Hobonichi paper, but it blends in much better than the white. So I'm happy about that. Let me just see, because yeah, so the Tomorrow, you can buy Tomorrow paper as loose leaf and print on it however you want, or just write on it. So they come in two colours, which is cream and then ivory, which this one does match, I believe, the Hobonichi paper, because they call it white, but it's not, it's ivory. Yeah, this one matches the Hobonichi paper better, but it also, yeah, this is the one I would use rather than the cream one, because the cream one, as you can see, is too yellow. Yeah, so if you want to get some more paper for this, and you want Tomorrow paper, get the white one, even though it's, in my eyes, it should be called ivory, which is basically just like a hint of yellow in the white, which makes it more warm. and more neutral. But back to the spiral. But I'm so happy that it is not white, because it's like a relief for my eyes. Because when you're looking at, because I will actually not read a book if it's printed, because a lot of new books are actually printed on super white bright paper and they go straight back on the bookshelf. I don't want to read that because it just causes me headaches and all sorts of things. It's and with me being dyslexic, it makes it harder to focus on the actual letters as well of the words. So yeah, having a softer toned paper is so much better for me. So I'm loving this, absolutely loving it. Then we've got some very big printed calendars. And I say very big printed calendars because, see, I've got quite a few. I think I've got all of my journals now for next year. So I'm like comparing them all. But this is the Hour Studio one that I showed in my last video. And this is for my photography project. But you can see what I mean when I say it's printed very big compared to how the Hour Studio is. It's no problem. It's just, it's different. I'm just excited to show you all the different ones. But yeah, okay. So let's not fold over anymore. Okay, so we've got a year at a glance, then holidays and observances and conversions. Which, to be honest with you, this is going to save me a lot of Google time. Because I'm always Googling like, hey, Google, what's 1 cup in milliliters? Because a lot of recipes I get is in the American sort of like 1 cup for this, 1 cup for that. And it's like, the UK don't work that way. So here we've got 2026 and then James Oppenheim. And then the same quote repeated. A notes page on the back of 01. Oh, so this might be like the January introduction page. Then the notes page. And then we've got like a little goals, important dates, priorities, bills due, and a checklist. Which is quite nice. And then a monthly calendar with some more lines, little calendars there. I have to say, this is quite nicely done. It's not too minimalist, but it's not too chaotic like the... Well, when I say chaotic, it's just Hobonichi's calendars are a little bit too, you know, they're a lot compared to that. And it's not because of the grid, it's literally because of the colours they choose. I don't know why they do it. They're still insisting on doing that. I don't know why. But they do. So another double notes page. And then we get into the weekly layouts, which is a horizontal. I was about to say vertical then. So yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then your weekends up here. Another sort of checklist there, notes page, a little bit there, a notes column I should say. So then yeah, it continues like this for the weeklies throughout. Until then you get another notes page and then 02. So then you've got February. And then also, yeah, you've got the month on the sides like so. So instead of the number of the month, you've got the name of the month, which is quite nice because sometimes it takes a second to remember what the 10th month is. So yeah, it's nice just to have it printed out. So we've got all of those. They're all the same spread, I believe. And we're in December, so is there anything at the back? Yeah, there's a contact list. 2 contact lists. And then just a blank page. And then another sort of light grey, bluish colour. So this is actually rather lovely. I will probably do a separate video on how I'm going to use this because I do have plans for this. But yeah, let's get on with the rest of the stuff in the box for November. Oh, I just love the packaging that Cloth and Paper do. Okay, so we have got, ooh, this is a nice thick January vellum calendar, which is nice. Nice. Can always tuck that in somewhere. I love these Polaroids. Absolutely love them. So this is Curator, and then November prep routine, and then a list of all the goodies that are in the box, so spoiler alert. But I love that. It reminds me so much of like an architect's sort of desk. In fact, one of the reasons why I got the boxes is a lot of it, I mean, I can already see there, they've used the architect's print, so I think they've pulled from what architects do like to use. Ooh, I forgot about this. This is a magnetic bookmark that you can use for all sorts of things, but it's a much bigger one. The ellipse bookmark. There we go. It is literally like that, but it is so nice because look at that print on there. Isn't that just lovely? I mean, that's, oh, they stick together as well. So that's the mini one that I got, I think in September's box, I think. So yeah, these are just lovely to have. They're very useful for all sorts of different things. And then we've got Draft Your Year with Purpose Like a Curator. I think these are journaling cards, I believe. Yeah, so nice thick vellum again with like the chair on there. And then Blueprint Edition, Annual Design, start here. This planner is your workspace. And so on and so forth. Sorry for the noise in the background. Hopefully it's just in the background. But yeah, these again are just lovely to layer up with. Very nice. Then we have got some cloth and paper stickers. I'm just trying to think, do they always use these plastic? I'm pretty sure they normally just have tracing paper sort of envelopes rather than the plastic things, or am I wrong imagining that? Okay, so then we've got 4 sheets of these bar stickers that are metallic silver, and then they've got the architect's print on them that say some sort of quote or whatever. But these you can use like on your vertical timelines or in your horizontal ones as well, and just mark off days in calendars, or like say if you've got a holiday and it's like 2 blocks long, so you just use that instead of blocking it off. So yeah, they're lovely jubbly. Then we've got some paste. See, this is what I mean by the tracing paper envelopes. So these are square page flag set. Ooh. So we've got some blackout paper, and we've got this gridded, slightly translucent, blue lined blueprint, and then again some of this metallic silver with the writing. So that's really nice. I think they're actually the same size as the calendar blocks, so you can basically block off one of the days and then rewrite something over the top, so if something's changed or been cancelled or whatever. So that's a nice little touch that we like to see. Then we have got some cloth and paper debossed or embossed gift tags on this lovely textured paper. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Yeah, probably at that angle so you can see the shadow of it a little bit. But they basically say to and from and then cloth and paper. So these are just like gift tag labels for you to stick on your gifts. But also the idea is that you might want to gift this box if you don't want another planner. But I will not be gifting this box, I will be keeping it. So I'll use those for other Christmas presents. Let's do this. Ooh. So not only one book, but we've got 2 books in this box. You don't always get books as well, it's sometimes just inserts. And then some wonderful dashboards and all sorts of goodies. Come on out, you know you want to come out. So we've got this graph paper, but it's on black out paper, which is quite nice. And then it folds out to reveal all of these different quotes. So you can use this as like a Kanban board or a brain dump and just stick different things of ideas, then fold it over. We've also got this planner belongs to thing as well. How does this work then? Does it fold flat? Yes, it does, with a little bit of a, you know, press down. It does fold flat. However, because of the binding, it doesn't fold in on itself, if that makes sense. So it basically stays like that. So you've got this big block, so it makes it difficult to write on that side. You'll be writing at a slant. Whereas when you open a book like this, or the Hobonichi, you see how it folds in on itself, so therefore it stays as like a flat slab almost, basically. Whereas this one doesn't. But that's all to do with how they've stitched it and glued it together. Let's just try and get to, yeah. It's starting to a little bit, but yeah, it's quite difficult to get it to lay completely flat, and it won't just flop open flat like the other books will. But like I said, just with a little bit of pressure, it will lay flat and stay open as well. So that's quite nice. I don't know what I'll use this for, but I love this. The back leaf is also similar to the front as well, which is nice, but this is just a lovely little addition. I like that. I wonder what the location numbers are for. Is there a secret location clothing paper? What's going on? And we're not done yet. No. Oh, we've got quite a bit more actually. So we've got monthly dashboard overlays. Okay. So these are like acetate, but slightly clouded. Don't know if, yeah, you can see that. So it's slightly clouding stuff as an overlay. But these are obviously, with the square things, are meant for the spiral planner. So let's find January. And pop him in over there. Don't know why, but I quite like doing that. So yeah, nice. It's a shame that the number doesn't fit just above the text there. What does it? No, it doesn't really. So yeah, that's something I would have changed a little bit, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Does each month begin with a different quote? March. Yeah, different quotes. So I'm assuming there's 12 of these. Yeah, we've got all the way up to December on those. So I'll pop those in a bit later, because it's quite boring for you guys to watch. Then we have got Letters Dashboard Duo A5 Spiral. Oh, I remember seeing this on one of their videos and I thought it was such a nifty little idea. basically you can pop these in, of course. Let me first tell you, this is like a grey, this is like a warm grey, that's a cool grey. That's what I was trying to tell you earlier. And then this is just like the acetate with all letters. But the squares they've cut out on here, each one, so like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, November, December, etc, etc. But what I've had a plan for, no, in fact I'll tell you in the video, in the next video when I start setting this planner up. So just pop this on the front. You don't have to use both of them, you could just use one of them, but I like to be extra. But yeah, so that just looks nice on its own anyway. And then that on the top as well when it lines up. I suppose I could pop my mini clip here to keep it lined up. And any extras that I want to pop on there. And then we've also been given some extra inserts for note pages, just in case we need more places to write, which I always do. Please tell me the same. Yes, they're the same colour paper as well. That would be so annoying if these were white and that wasn't. That would be so annoying. But yeah, you've got plenty more note pages in there. I'm not going to pop them in just yet, but I just want to see. Yeah, it doesn't really bulk up the planner because the paper they've used as well is a little bit thinner than their normal one, which I quite like because it means you get more stuff in. So yeah, I quite like that. That's all the packaging falling to the floor. I need a bigger desk. And then last but not least for the November box, we've got a couple of pens, of course. This feels really heavy. Oh, it's because of that pen, that's why. So we've got a zebra pen here. But it's all metal. It's a really heavy pen. That's the way to describe it. So does it tell you actually on the postcard, wherever you've gone? Just says monthly pen set, but this is some sort of zebra pen. Does it say anything? What? Because obviously zebra do have more than one pen. Sometimes it tells you on the barrel. Zebra. No, just a whole bunch of letters in numbers that don't make English. So let's see how this baby reads. It's quite nice. Yeah, it's nice and smooth. It feels more like a ballpoint pen than like a gel pen like the Sarasa pens. And then we've got this chunky, never heard of this brand, highlighter, pigment ink. Oh, this should be super duper opaque. There's nothing on the end, no. Oh yeah. That is pretty opaque for a gel pen. I'm just trying to see if it says the nib size anywhere. But I suspect it's a 0.8. Oh no, it's a 1, so yeah, it is quite a chunky one. So it's twice the thickness of a 0.5, but that's quite nice. I quite like that. I love how opaque that is. That's fantastic. I'm glad they've put in a white pen as well, because obviously with the blackout graph, people might not have a white one, so I'm glad they've added that in. So let me just have a quick clear up and make a bit more space before we dive into the other stuff that I've bought as well. So that was the November box with so much stuff in it. This is apparently one of the best boxes to get throughout the year. Everybody apparently waits for this box, and I can see why. So yeah, very happy. So the extra bits that I've got is I have got a tape dispenser for Kyoto. These are the same people that do the glue sticks, because I have my big glue stick here, but he is running on empty. So I needed another one, and then I saw this as well, and I liked how minimal the design was. Does it come with some tape? Yes, it does. And when I was looking at the price of these on cloth and paper compared to how I can get them in the UK, it worked out the same price, and I was already placing an order, so it made sense for me to just get them from cloth and paper. So yeah, there's some accessories that we all need for our journaling ways. And then we've got all these goodies as well that they've put in a nice little tote bag for me. Let's just, yes, a new era definitely awaits. Let's pull all this stuff out. Oh my. Quite a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's a lovely little bag. So I'll find a use for that somewhere, somehow. So let's get into the goodies that I got. Oh yeah. I do like all the sort of like textured pattern sort of imagery that cloth and paper use. It's quite nice because it doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it's just nice to break up the page. So that's why I like stuff like this. Yeah, so this is one of their stamp stickers. So if you can just see around the edges, it's literally like a post-it stamp, which I quite like. But this one's just got all sorts of different squiggles on there. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of this with these same designs on there. But I really like those, just to add some extra elements. And then I got another set as well that's actually more square, but is also the month of the year. So you've got 2 of each month. So you've got 6 months on one page and then 2 copies of it. And then January's, the rest of the 6 months as well. The design of these are just so minimal, but just really lovely. And again, with that postage frilly edge, which is really nice. So it's just got large initial for the month, then Jan, and then 01. So these are just, again, really lovely to use. Nice, nice, nice. And then I couldn't resist getting the mini clips as well, because these are just so useful for so many things. So we've got a lovely like burgundy red here, and then a grey and a black. So just really nice. It's a shame that they're faux leather, but what can you do? What can you do this day and age? Okay. So slow down and reflect on your main focus. So this is another journaling card set. So we've got one sheet like that, then we've got a reform. So yeah, that's one. Let me show you properly. And then we've got a reform. And then again, just some lovely handwriting as well. So again, I love getting these just purely for textures and layering up. And then we've got some dot pattern stickers. Can never have enough dot stickers. Never, never. Put that to the side. And again, I love cloth and papers packaging because they give you examples on how to use it, which is just lovely jubbly. Or suggestions, because sometimes they come up with things that you just don't think of. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets, and I think, yeah, they're all the same pattern, which is basically just some of these lovely squiggles, bit of text and some dots on a transparent background. So very nice. Very nice indeed. Then I've gone mad and got some raised stickers because I do love texture within my book, but I wasn't sure if I'm gonna like these too much, but we'll see how we go. They do these in like a, I think a blue toned color as well, but I just went for the clear ones. But I think it'd be quite nice for layering up as well, because with them being raised like this, it might magnify. Let's see actually. Yeah, it magnifies sort of whatever you put underneath it, so it just adds another element when you're layering up. Oh, and then there's these ones as well on the back. I did not realise. But why are they all... They've all got sort of stuck on the back. It's coming off, but yeah. So you've got some bar ones as well. So that's quite nice. I didn't realise that. So yeah, very nice. Minimal shape sticker set. So yeah, a bar one and then dots. 84 dots in 14 bars. And then we've got some more dot stickers. So yeah, set of 5, they're all the same sort of texture, which is these wiggly waggly lines. Again, great for layering, but then the different sizes. So that one's quite small. That one's another small one, so that's a repeated one. And then they're quite sort of like different size ones. So you've got big ones at the bottom, small ones at the top. 2 of those. Then some large ones, and then medium ones as well. So again, setting myself up hopefully for success this year, making journaling a bit more fun. And then letters, stickers, sample concrete. I don't think I remember ordering these. Maybe I did. But there's something about intention box there. Oh, this is just a thank you card from them for like making a shop purchase. So maybe this was like a little freebie. So let's see what this is, because I don't think I remember. Yeah, stickers sample, so maybe it's just a freebie, a way of saying thank you for placing an order. So yeah, we've got some translucent ones, and they're also white as well. So hopefully, yeah. Hopefully they're going to work on the blackout paper. Yeah, they will do. That's quite nice. And then you can even cut out the outline and use the outline very carefully as well. that's quite nice. Quite nice indeed. Yeah. Thank you, cloth and paper. And I love this image, so I will be using that as part of my layering. Because I have many different planners for different things. And then this is another journaling card set, I believe. You get a little binder clip, always nice. A little barcode sticker, I think that is as well. So you've got nostalgia, whispers through life, memory bound in layers and threads. Oh, this is the super thick vellum that I really like, because it just adds that bit of shadowing things underneath, which is just really nice. But these you can basically cut down into individual little sheets and use them for layering, or just keep as is, because I quite like as is basically. So that's lovely jubbly. Nice, nice. And then I have got a dashboard notes for the CP Petite. CP Petite. So it's a clear one front and back, and then it's got the film on it as well, so I can make them super glossy, which I don't know how I feel. I quite like it with the film on, actually, to be honest with you. But yeah, I know it's going to peel off and look really raggedy really quickly. But that's part of the film that's on the top, not the thing. And then we've got notes and then just like a little paragraph. And then the back one's plain. So yeah, that's for CP Petite Light. Then this is a dashboard for A5 rings. But this, again, I love textures, and I love this ensemble with proper embroidered letters. This is really nice, really nice. It's actually a bit darker than what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be lighter than this, but that's okay. I think it also comes in like a blue thread with a white background. Don't quote me on it, I could be way off the mark. So we've got that one, and then we've got this dashboard. Which is just a lovely cardstock, but I just love the imagery, and then a little bit about note taking basically, which is kind of basically what common placing is about, which is why I kind of wanted to get this, which I like. Then here we have got some dividers for the A5 vellum dividers. So yeah, each one's got different imagery on, and I just love the sort of like black and white photography of it all. So yeah, I like those. I like them a lot. I just need to squish them a little bit. But yeah, space, and they've all got different quotes, and then little lines here where you can write whatever the divider's for, or even on the side there. So yeah, the reason why I got A5 size ones is because, as I've said in previous videos, if you have a different system, you can cover these up with a bit of washi tape and then re-punch them to whatever system you've got that will then fit in the A5. And plus, I like to put mine with my Hobonichi, so sometimes I just cut that off entirely and then just place them in my Hobonichi. So that's why I've gone for the A5 rings on some of the stuff, but then some of the other stuff I've gone for the bigger sizes, which is more, it's just a little bit shorter at the top to be a B5, but I think is the right width if I remember correctly. So I've got another set of dividers here for, they call it the CP, no, they call it the Classic, something, HP Classic. There we go. And then these are just dividers where the dividers are at the top, which I actually prefer because stuff from the side sometimes gets crumpled or bent or this, that and the other. But these are a much thicker plastic, or kind of like the dashboards a little bit. So yeah, they're for my Happy Planner size, aka B5. I'm happy with those. Oh, yes. As soon as I discovered cloth paper, this was the first item I saw. And I've just always wanted one. So I finally got my sticky fingers on one, which is the fluted dashboard for HP Classic. So yeah. So yeah, is there some film? Yeah, there is. So as you can see with my hands under that, it just creates this fantastic effect. It's really chunky as well. Like, look at that. But it's kind of what I wanted because as you can see, this is getting a little bit curved because there's no dashboards or anything on here. So I'm hoping that now I've got a dashboard, a fluted one, it's going to sit in here and give it a bit of rigidity when I can say the word. Yeah, man, you know you want to go under. There we go. Yeah, that immediately it's almost straightened it. Which is what I wanted, because this is my media log, but obviously it's not going to get filled as quickly as my other planners, so it needed a little bit of strength. But I feel like there's a film on here. There is. Let's take that off because it's annoying me because it's all scratched up already. So let's get that off. So yeah, there he is in all of his glory, but just look how nice that is. It's like almost, you know, when you've got like transitions in movies and things when it's all blurry and you don't quite, well, you do know what's going on, but it's just for atmospheric things, but then when you open it up, it like reveals itself. It's just, that's so nice. I'm so happy with this. I'll probably end up getting a smaller one as well for the CP. But yeah, this is just lovely jubbly. And then the fact that I can see it on the outside as well just brings me joy. I like that. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. They'll be going in there as well, I think, or for something else. Not sure. Yes. I have got a mountain of stuff to play with. All sorts of bits and bobs. As always, let me know in the comments below if you guys get any of this stuff. I haven't yet seen anybody else in the UK get any of this, so I'm curious if there's another UK person out there that gets this stuff as well. Let's chat, let's have a natter about stuff. A little chin wag. Or just let me know if you have any of this stuff and what you're using it for as well, because obviously this journaling community or planner community, we use stuff for so many different purposes, and it's just so nice to see everybody's ways of using it or why they're using it, or if they've got a really deep meaningful reason as to why they do things as well. It's just, I love to know these things. I like to have a little chat about it all. So let me know if you do use any of this stuff, or if there's any of this stuff that you've got suggestions for me. I'd love to know. It was indeed a treat, but I'm so happy because I love cloth and paper stuff, and I'm excited to see what they do in 2026 as well. So yeah, the next video I'll do, I will because all the videos that I do now until basically mid-December will be how I'm setting up all my 2026 books, including this one. So the next video I do will probably be showing you how I set this up and what I'm using it for. So if you're interested in that, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you get notified of when that video goes live, because I'm a little bit sporadic with my uploading at the moment, but I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to get there. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this and are excited to see what I do. But yeah, bye for now.